dear friends, greetings to you and happy Monday. Happy Monday from blustery, stormy Newfoundland here. I trust you had a beautiful weekend. Trust you had a restful, lovely weekend and ready for a new week ahead. So this week, this is us with our Mindful Motivation for Mindset Mastery session. I love coming and just checking in with you. How are you feeling? And before we get started on pulling some cards, I like to just feel into the phases of the moon. Feeling into the phases of the moon helps us really access who we are at the core. And this week, in a couple of days' time, on the 23rd, we're going to be blessed by the new moon in Sagittarius. It's a very auspicious new moon. New moons are all about bringing our awareness within, coming into our own essence, our heart energy, and checking in, planting seeds to work on. So when we have the new moon in Sagittarius, we're planting intentions and seeds and ideas of what we would like to achieve in the next 6 months. So Sagittarius is a very upbeat, optimistic, intuitive, guided sign. And what's also really auspicious about this is that when the moon is in the sign of Sagittarius, so is the sun. And so you kind of get the double energy of that, but also the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter, which is it's kind of the heroic, the courageous, the powerful planet that encourages us to really align with the truth of who we are. And so that's what we're really wanting to focus on this week as we get embraced by these powerful energies, is taking a step forward with courage, releasing any fears or limiting beliefs that are maybe saying you're not good enough, or you don't have what it takes, or you need to take a detour off of something that really lights your heart up, that really is the definition of what is the truth for you. So it's about finding that and creating some space and time for reflection. New moons are about reflection and just coming into your own self-care, your own rhythm, taking some deep breaths, maybe put your hands over your heart often this week and just contemplate. The other thing that I think that there's a really powerful thing to do too is I am a big believer in setting a one-word theme for each year. I've been doing that for many, many years. And this is the time of year, and under the light of or the dark of the new moon, this is a great time to just be kind of contemplating what was the gifts and the learning and the lessons of the passing year. We're actually in the second last month of 2022. Who have you become, and who are you becoming? What would you like to experience, to feel, to be a part of in 2023? And so sometimes I find that these one-word themes come up very, very quickly when you just turn your attention to that. So let me know if you want any resources or help with that. I'm getting ready to help guide some of that wrapping up the old year and coming to embrace the new year. I love kind of going through a whole process, and I encourage you to, if you don't already, to look at what is it you need. But like I said, if you need some more resources or want some more information on that, you can put it in the messages below or message me directly. And saying that, if anything that I bring up triggers you or you feel like you need some more support or guidance, that's what I'm here for, is to help you get what you need to align with the truth of you, so that you feel confident and courageous and aligned with your purpose and aligned with your why and what it is that you're doing, and flowing with your own intuitive guidance. So if you need some more support like that, let me know. I'm here for you. So as I've been saying that, I've been shuffling the letting go cards, because I like to, with these sessions, I like to look at what's the moon doing, and then what can we focus on letting go of this week, and then we'll pull a tarot card, 3 of the Healing with the Angels cards and one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth. The Liberate Your Inner Truth is very powerful and very supportive during this new moon in Sagittarius. So all that being said, we're pulling the card of the letting go, and the card that's come up is very interesting. Obsessing how you look. So sometimes we can get into dialogues of how do we look without checking in to say what's right for me, and being loving and kind. So this is one of my favorite questions, and you may have heard me suggest this one before, is to say, how do I feel about myself? So if we're caught in a loop about, oh my God, I have to look this certain way, or I have to be this certain way physically or appearance wise, we may be out of alignment with what feels right, what feels peaceful and calm and well for us. So just check in with that. Is there any places where you get caught up by a fear-based or mind chatter-based idea of how you look, how you show up, how you're perceived? Of course, with the new moon, it's time to surrender to, it's really most important to say, how do I look and feel to myself? And be good with that, be comfortable with that. Okay, take a nice deep breath. I'm just shuffling the tarot cards to see what is the tarot wisdom that's going to help us embrace this and get into this idea of the inspired action forward, the following your guidance, following your intuition, tapping into your intuition and trusting it. And this is perfect. The card that's come up for us today is the King of Cups. I love that. So, you know, kings with the masculine energy is the doing. This is the action taker, the decisions and going and doing things. However, being that it's the King of Cups, it's all about your getting in touch with your feelings. Do you feel right about it? Does it feel like a yes? Where is your yes? This is a really good time to just check in and see, what does yes feel like in your body and in your whole way of being? And are you following it? Rather than, oh, I should, or I have to, or, you know, based on that idea of obsessing how you look, maybe some of the decisions are, oh, I better do it this way because, as opposed to just going, wait, what's my emotional guidance here? Emotions are such a powerful way of guiding ourselves and guiding ourselves into our own sense of truth, of you. Because when we run on the mind chatter, we forget to just go, wait, how do I feel? I've been guilty of that myself, and I'm sure you have too, of, you know, doing, which is what that masculine energy is, without taking a pause and saying, wait, I need to come into calmness and balance and harmony and balance the masculine and feminine energies of who we are. Because we all have that, but we do need to balance and really acknowledge. Sometimes we need to acknowledge, oh, I've been doing too much. I need to just rest and be, which is actually a really powerful reminder when we're getting into the darkness of the new moon, is to say, yep, maybe I just need to be more introspective, to be a little bit more into my journaling, or be a bit more aware of what's my inner chatter and how am I speaking to myself about myself. So as I was kind of riffing on all those ideas, I pulled the 3 Healing with the Angels cards. The first one that's come up for us today is new love. Could accessing your emotional guidance, your intuitive wisdom, could that become your new love? Could you be the object of your own unconditional loving viewpoint and use that to steer forward? Because of course, always remember that you are supported, you are beloved, you have what you need. Sometimes that means taking some time out, some time to just get into touch with your essence, with your nature, Sometimes that means going outside and being aware of the whispers and the guidance and the information that's always here for you. It's just that we need to create some space and time for it. So I really encourage you to start looking at what can you do to embrace this Sagittarius new moon by getting in touch with your inner wisdom, by reflecting on who are you, who have you become in this past year, who are you becoming, and what's your intention? What is the intention of doing the things that make your heart sing, that make you light up? So, and sometimes that can just be a what is here for me to know? What is my truth? And see what comes up. And so, as I was saying, what is my truth? I'm shuffling my Liberate Your Inner Truth Oracle cards. And let's see what's going to come up for us for this week ahead. And this is cool. This is kind of referring to the reflecting on the passing year. We were in the second last month of 2022. And the card that's come up for us today is I am accomplished. So sometimes when we get into going down the spiral of a fear or a sense of lack or limitation, or we're not really pausing enough, we maybe not actually acknowledging all the things that we have accomplished, that we have done. So let me read this on out to you to see if this resonates and helps you too with that, recognizing that you are accomplished. I celebrate and appreciate all that I have accomplished thus far. I review my life and appreciate all my experiences. Even setbacks experienced in recent times have served me in wonderful ways. That's beautiful, beautiful intention and information to carry us into this new moon on Wednesdays on the 23rd. So, like I said, I wish you a beautiful new moon in Sagittarius experience, and I'll be back here checking in with you again next week. Much love to you. I wish you a beautiful week.